Well, your last home game Saturday, I just would love for you to kind of take us through your time here. Some of the things that, so if there's some seminal moments that you can look back on and how you've changed as a player and as an individual, what some of those are.
Yeah, well, off the top of my head, just like a lot of growing pains, honestly. Like, it's been a bumpy road, man, but, you know, just looking back, you know, I feel like adversity just makes you grow up a lot faster than, you know, you would like to in most cases. And all I can think about is just like my sophomore year, you know, freshman, Mondo and Cole's freshman year, you know, that whole year was just like, you know, I feel like that's the year I grew up the most, and just from finding out who I really am, you know, just looking back, I'm just grateful for my time here.
Was that year a big growing year for you because you were challenged because of the losing, but also you had a different role every other week, it seemed like, on this team, and you were asked to do an awful lot.
Right, and I mean, I feel like that's just the player I've always been, you know. I feel like you guys know I was recruited to play point guard. I grew up playing point guard my entire life, and just my size and length just gives me the tools to, you know, be moved around a little bit, you know, whatever the team needs, kind of thing. And yeah, that part I didn't really have a problem with, but definitely the losing was completely new to me. Yeah.
Leaky, you've been known as like the anchor of this program since you've been here, especially the last couple of years. How have you handled that responsibility, and you know, how has it grown you, being known as that?
I mean, I appreciate it. I didn't know that, but I appreciate it. You know, really, I just try to lead by example. You know, a lot of guys know I'm not really vocal unless I'm like, you know, trying to cuss them out or anything. But really, yeah, like I said, I just try to lead by example, and you know, I just want to win. Like I said, it goes back to my sophomore year. That was one of the toughest years of my life, but I'm grateful that that year happened just because it's made me into the person that I am today. And I just value winning so much. I'm, you know, just willing to do whatever it takes to win. And I feel like these guys see that, and I guess that's kind of why I'm an anchor, I guess.
Going back to last year, Leak, in the Final Four, I think it was, when you talked about having some anxiety, and at what point did you realize that yourself, that there might be something else going on?
Yeah. Well, actually, it's funny. Doug was showing me pictures of my freshman year, literally yesterday, and there's one particular workout with Coach Rob that we were trying to figure out what was going on with my thumb. When really, it was my anxiety taking over, and I couldn't feel like my arms or anything. We thought it was like I just came out the weight room, we didn't know what was going on, and you know, it was just as time went by, I eventually met Jack Emanuel, and you know, I was telling him about that workout, and he, you know, told me that that was anxiety, and then I did more research on it and kind of realized what it was, and I'm grateful, you know, I met him, because that, I feel like that right there changed my life. You know, I don't know if I hit 3 threes if I don't meet Jack Emanuel, you know, in this Florida State, so that's what I look at it.
Leaky, Hubert was telling the story about trying to get you to go on game day, and it sounded like it was a tug of war a little bit.
No, I didn't know that I was going to be on college game day. I'll show up, everyone's already sitting down, they're just looking at me, and I guess it was time for, what, you talking about last year, right?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
He said last year, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You and Ray, he was like,
He's like, I'm not doing it again.
Okay, yeah.
oh, they're trying to get you to do it again?
No, I didn't know. That's what I was saying. I'm making sure it wasn't this year.
No, calm down, calm down.
Well,
I guess it was last year because he said Brady, he was trying to like,
yeah.
he was really trying to get you to do it.
Yeah, I know, and everyone was on board except for me. So as soon as I got there, sat down, you know, Brady's already mic'd up or whatever, and then there's like, look at me and they're like, all right, you ready? It's like, where we going? Like, it's like they take me to the bag, put makeup on and stuff. Like, what am I doing? Like, next thing I know, I'm getting mic'd up to go out there, and they just kind of threw me in the fire. But yeah, I'm still mad at him about that.
But he said he was telling me like about you know, the fact that he was in speech therapy as a kid and he had to start like, you know,
I mean,
was that important to hear?
I mean, yeah, but then again, like he worked for ESPN. I mean, he's like, you know what I mean? That's like, yeah, he's good at talking and stuff like that. I don't like the bright lights.
Speaking of ESPN, he said that you
someday might make a good TV analyst. What do you think
Who,
about
me?
that? Yeah, you. What do you think about that?
I don't think I talk enough for that, but I mean, who knows? We'll see.
You told me a few years ago that maybe coaching would interest you one day. You said you liked the IQ part of the game. I think it was your sophomore year when you said that.
Yeah, I like to think I have a good IQ. I don't like to think I just, have a big head. I like to think I know what I'm talking about sometimes. And I do feel like I'll be a good coach, but that goes back to me, getting over the talking part again. So that's, every day it's a grind. I see the way Coach Davis comes in, and it's like a battle, It's, you really got to be able to motivate guys, and regardless of what you have going on in your personal life, you got to be able to, help reach kids and, groom them into the men that you want them to be, kind of thing. So it's definitely a tough job, but I mean, I wouldn't be against it at all.
Armando said he thought after that first year that you didn't like him too much because him and Cole were messy and immature. Any truth to that?
Man, before you ask for stories, I can't say anything like specific because I already told them a couple stories. They said I can't say that. So, but yeah, I'm just leave it at that. They're very mature, and I used to be an angry person. I used to be kind of straightforward and direct with them because. Cole, he grew up rich, he got everything he wanted. You know what I mean? So it's like, needless to say, it's like, I didn't like that. So yeah, I let him know how I felt.
How much has Armando changed since those days?
I still see it a little bit. He's still a big kid, man, I swear. But he has changed a lot. I tell Garrison and, B-Rob, whenever these guys come back, like, how proud they would be of Armando for him growing up and, doing some things that he used to complain about or whine about when he was a freshman. So yeah, I'm really proud of him.
Leaky, when we talked to you last year at this time after the Syracuse game, that was the last home game here, you had a senior night that night, and if I'm remembering it correctly, you said something like, I kind of don't want it to be my last one or something, and we were kind of like, well, what the heck do you mean by that, Leaky? Well, how did you get there? What got you there? Because obviously that was going to be your final season, I guess. Yeah. And then what changed it for you? Because it was before you guys went on the run in the tournament. Like,
right. Well, believe it or not, I felt like the change coming. I felt us, actually caring a little bit more. And I felt like, I felt the potential building up. But, all throughout the year, I would have some games where I would play like great, didn't really get the recognition kind of thing. And Miss Leslie, along with Big May, and a couple of other coaches, there was just, just every day kind of tell me that they would love to have me back. And I wasn't really thinking about coming back, but, to hear somebody say that they want you back, obviously, moved me in a touching way, I guess. And going to that senior night, I knew I was coming back. That's why I said that. So it wasn't really a senior night, but, I knew I was coming back. But, yeah, I guess Saturday will be my true senior night.
Can you feel that same change now?
Yeah, that's why it took me so long to answer that, because I'm starting to think about it. It's really hitting me a little bit. So,
what are the things that you noticed then that told you last year, hey, I think are there any specifics that you point to then, or any now that stand out?
Like I said, just us caring. I talked to a lot of people, a lot of older people, like Danny Green. I talked to a lot of guys, and they're just telling us how big a problem is. We look like we don't care on TV, and I promise you we do. But just getting that emotion out of different guys is different. It's difficult. Brady, he was a hothead, so it wasn't hard to get it out of him. But it's a different group of guys, and it's just as soon as we start to care about winning and nothing else, that's when we really turn the corner. And I feel like with our back against the wall this last 2 weeks or whatever, I feel like it's a different team out there.
Hubert said he thought you guys may have been playing tight for a while, and now you're a lot looser. Maybe body language is different, so people were seeing a tight group as opposed to seeing a little bit looser group now. So you give off a little bit different impression. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, 100%. I said, beginning of the year when we were number one, we had a team meeting. We were winning, but it was kind of ugly, and everyone started talking or whatever. And I was just in the meeting. I was just like, we just gotta, block out all the noise and just try to play stress-free. But I mean, it's difficult when you're number one, have all this Sports Illustrated stuff going on. So now it's just we really have no choice but to play stress-free at this point. So it's just a matter of just having fun while we out there, you know. When,
Leaky, your name has been mentioned with the NBA more this year than it has in the past. How important has this year been to you thinking about the next step for you?
Super important, you know, that's really one of the biggest reasons why I came back, you know, just to show that I really have more in the tank, that I really, believe it or not, after 4 years, you know, I haven't really got the opportunity to show. But, yeah, I'm grateful to get my name out there a little bit, so.
Kind of piggybacking off of that, what's changed for you offensively? You made 10 out of your last 21 threes, and against Florida State, it seemed like you were purposely more aggressive on offense.
Yeah, just trying not to lose, you know. I think I got to the free throw line a little earlier into the game, and that kind of helped me see the ball go in. And, you know, obviously the way that they would play us, they would pressure, so the driving lanes were open. It was just easy to make just the right play, you know, get by your defender or whatever. And it was nothing really specific, but just getting out of my own head and just playing, you know, and that's just what it was.
How do you get out of your own head?
Man, it's different for everyone, you know, but me personally is just remembering at the end of the day it's basketball, you know, and it's been my dream, you know. We all think about the next step and where we want to be down the line instead of just like realizing where we are and appreciating what we have.
Turn into the defensive side of things. I know we're talking about your offense, but that kind of being your calling card, seems like it sort of rubbed off on the team. Last 3 games, holding your opponents under a point per possession. I know you've had like 6 blocks in that stretch. What's changed defensively for the team, and where have y'all grown the most there?
Like I said, you know, just us acting like we care about winning, you know. Just been trying to get that out this whole year. And, you know, I tell the guys all the time, you can't just play defense when your shot's going in. You know, you got to hang your hat on something. And if your shot's not going in, what you going to do to contribute, you know? And playing defense and, you know, just doing the little things down on the floor. Like Puff, he's always down on the floor. He get all bruised up and stuff. He's just wild out there, but we joke about it all the time. But, like, you know, he's doing what he can to help us win, you know, and that's just stuff you love to see.
Last time you played Duke, Whitehead wasn't healthy. Kind of a young guy who's kind of come on late. Definitely a guy you could probably match up with against on Saturday. I guess how much have you watched of him, and how different does he make this Duke team, you know, compared to the last time you guys played?
Derek?
Yeah.
He's playing Saturday?
Yeah.
Do you have something to say about it, or should we move on? Okay. What are your personal? Okay. What are your personal and team goals ahead of your last home game and your last Duke matchup?
Get the win. I want it to be a real nasty win. You know, I just want us to have fun. I want Caleb to talk his junk. You know, Mono to talk to the fans, whatever it is. You know, I just want to win. So I was ready to play Saturday.
Thanks, Lee.
Thanks, Lee.
Appreciate you, Leaky.